Hello everybody and welcome. For those of you who do not know me, I'm Ashley and we're gonna do this pick a card reading a little differently than normal. Normally I have my face on camera, but I just stepped out of the shower, so I decided to do this way instead. So I got these new life path cards, so we're gonna do a life path pick a card. So we're going to do pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3 here. I'm going to call in any decks that want to come in out of my pile, or out of my many piles, and get to the messages here after we get a few oracle cards. For those of you who want more content from me, I have daily and weekly videos on Patreon for both the Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine energies. I also have love connection readings. I do like a midnight reading for connections not in union. Every 2 weeks I do a big love reading every month. That's more in depth. I do a chakra clearing video. One for the Divine Masculine and one for the Divine Feminine every month. Every week I have like a deep in-depth guide. So sometimes it's empowerment, sometimes it's the chakra clearing, and I have more and more spreads that I make on my own. So these are all spreads. The pick a card readings are like other people's, but the spreads that I create are specifically my own spread. So, but it goes more in depth into your energies and how to move out of any negativity or any struggles. So if you're interested in that, please find me on Patreon. And this is the last deck that wants to come in. Also, I'm an intuitive channeler, so if I'm called to use the book, I will, but a lot of times I am just called by spirit to give messages to you guys. So I'm going to give you a second to pick your piles. Again, this is pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. I'll grab the books. I haven't had to use them in a very, very long time. But I always like to have them just in case, and just so I'm not fiddling for them if they're needed. Alright, guys, I'm going to do pile number 1. I'm just going to put these off to the side for a second. So, ooh, we have strength. So, not all of these life path cards are actually life paths. Sometimes they're just, they're cards of guidance. So, this is the strength card. It says, everything you've experienced in your life has made you strong and courageous. We have Sun Goddess. I celebrate each sunrise and recognize the healing energies of the sun. We have Focus with that flame there. These two cards have come in with each other before, so I'm not surprised to see them together. We have Adjustments are required for third quarter moon. And then we have Balance. Take time to relax, indulge a little more or less, set boundaries with your work. Guys, I don't know if you see this, but there is a lot of sacral fire in here, along with, we have the red and the yellow too. Whoever chose number 1, you are a very strong person. You've had to be very strong in life. I feel like more divine masculines will choose pile number 1, just because, or divine feminines who've been pushed into their divine masculine divine masculine essence to be strong. But whoever's picked pile number 1, you guys are sitting very squarely in your lower 3 chakras. But you guys are not very balanced right now with these chakras. You're having issues with that. You're having issues with your strength and standing up for yourself for whatever reason. A lot of divine feminines actually have issues with these chakras. So it's not anything to be ashamed of. We all have issues with our chakras every now and then, but this adjustment and this focus is coming in is because you've lost focus on the strength. So you need to get your focus back. You need to be that archer you need to be this archer who is very focused on her target, and get balanced back in these lower 3 chakras. So whatever's happening in your life, they're also showing me the butterflies on this card. You guys are in a stage that they're saying that you're coming into a transformation stage, but you need to get these adjustments done. And that it's not something that is, it's hard. It's not something that's going to be hard to do for you guys, because as I said, you guys have been in these very balanced, strong chakras before. They're saying that this came in because the Friday summer solstice, for those of you who are very imbalanced, take that day to go into meditation and to clear your chakras and to honor that summer solstice coming in and those energies coming in for you, because this is why it's out of balance, because you're having an influx of energy. And because of the fact that the solstice will bring a lot of people awakenings. So this is just spirit coming in and saying you need to get focused again on this. You need to get balanced again within your lower 3 chakras so that you can embrace this new awakening that's coming to you. And I'm not talking about like knockout, drag out awakenings. I feel like some of you are afraid that this new awakening that's coming in is gonna just be like a tower moment. It doesn't have to be, guys. If you embrace it, if you balance, if you're able to kind of adjust things that are going on in your life, you'll be able to have these come in for you that are basically just... how much I can explain this. The other day I was talking about how I had an experience with the full moon where I felt like there was a room in my mind that kind of opened up, it opened up, it was being aired out. The furniture, like those old timey movies where the sheets were on the furniture in those big mansions, like the sheets were taken off and it was dusted and cleaned and aired out, and all that knowledge in that room is now available for me here and now. So it's kind of like an awakening like that. So it's not like it's going to send you for a loop. If you prepare for it, if you're focused on your balancing your lower 3 chakras for it to let these energies come in. But it's going to bring you back. They're saying it's going to bring you back into this place of strength. And it's going to bring you back into not only knowledge, but into wisdom. The difference between knowledge and wisdom is knowledge is, taking in information, and wisdom is using it in your life as like a daily practice. And so it's something that, you can know something, but not practice it in your life. But they're saying that they're bringing you a lot of wisdom that's going to help you be stronger in your life from here on out. So do your inner work, get balance. They're saying focus on the colors of the root chakra. The root chakra, the sacral chakra, and the solar plexus chakra. So red, orange, and yellow. Focus on these colors here to be able to balance and clear those chakras, and to be prepared for Friday's summer solstice, because a lot of things are coming in for you guys. So Pile number 1, you guys are strong. You are strong in your divine masculine. If, you guys aren't divine masculines, I feel a lot of you, I feel like 70% of those of you who choose this pile will be. And you don't have to be a divine masculine male. You can be divine masculine female. So, yeah. Moving on to number 2. Fantastic energies coming in, but I'm not surprised they came in for the solstice is basically what's going on. Moving on to pile number 2, we have school. School, balance, complicated, bring love into the situation, new moon in Aquarius, and dance. Let me get into this really quick and I'll show you the... So it says school. The answer you're seeking involves school. They're not showing me any what subjects to do quite yet. So let's get into more of this. We have balance. I understand and embrace the opposing forces in my life that bring about balance. I'm feeling very unbalanced right now, which is probably why it's a little harder for me to see the visions that are coming, that normally come in for me. We have complicated. And guys, I don't know if you noticed, but 29 goes down to an 11. So that 29 card right here, I'm getting a little glare off of my candles. But 29 goes down to 11, and we have complicated, which is an 11. So definitely divine guidance here. We have new moon in Aquarius, bring love into the situation. A lot of times this card comes up when we have cards that are out of balance here, or cards of being out of balance. And then we have dance. This is a beautiful card about movement. Move your body to music, dance with the rhythms of life, manifest your dreams through dance. The guides are coming in with the same message that they've come in before with this card. It's not just dance, that it's just the fact, the act of meditation is what they're talking about. So, it's understandable if you can't do still meditation. I wasn't able to do still meditation when I first started my journey, but I was able to do active meditation. I used to go on walks and go on bike rides, and I would clear my mind and just be in the present moment. So it was, what do I see? What do I smell? What do I feel on my skin? There's our validation with the train. But active meditation will help you not only balance yourself, but bring love into the situation, because whatever is behind this, sorry guys about the train, but I live in a neighborhood, so I'm always gonna have something going on, even, like, I'm shooting this after midnight. So even after midnight, we have stuff going on in my neighborhood. They're saying that this complicated situation that is coming in for you guys, I'm seeing this has a lot to do with relationships. So, relationships with yourself and with other people. I'm seeing a lot of people that are kind of like workaholics, people that are that like to binge watch shows or distract themselves to a point of detriment. Like, we all like distractions sometimes, but we can't overindulge in it. It's just like other things like alcoholism and food. Like, if we overindulge in things like that, it makes our relationship with ourselves and our 3D life here and now very complicated and very unbalanced. They're showing me they're showing me a lot of people that are having like spousal disputes. So it doesn't matter what type of spouse you have, whether if it's like girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife. They're showing me a lot of like yelling and fights, and giving me the feeling that those fights are out of a feeling of being unsatisfied within yourself. So it's not having that cup within yourself full, and not being balanced. And a lot of it has to do with, and it's not bringing love for the other person in, it's bringing love for yourself into the situation. We get into relationships that don't serve our highest good. We get into situations that don't serve our highest good, or into like distraction, situations that don't serve our highest good, because we are not filling that cup within ourselves. This is where meditation comes in, and that active meditation comes in. I can't say this enough, guys. A lot of people have a misinterpretation of what meditation is. So please look up active meditation, or if active meditation is not for you, look up guided meditation. When you can have somebody guide you into a place and time, that helps clear your mind as well. I personally went from active meditation to guided meditation to still meditation, but I still have issues to this day with all of the types of meditations. I'm not perfect at it, and that is okay. I'm at least, there to balance myself as much as I can, and if it's not perfect, I don't give up on it. I just keep on doing it. But guys, for those of you who chose pile number 2, I see that things are very complicated, and it has a lot to do with self-love. So fill your cup first. Bring this love into the situation, into your situation with yourself. And then last but not least, school. The answer that you're seeking involves going to school. So they're saying that this doesn't necessarily mean going to get a degree. They're saying that there might be classes in your community, there might be classes online that is giving you information that you're seeking. They're also showing me books, libraries, videos on YouTube. They're saying about half of you, this is kind of going more deep into self-care and into your spirituality to help you with these situations. The other half of you, this does have to do with gaining more knowledge. But if you're fearful about going to school, or you don't really know what to do or what to put your time and money and effort towards, they're showing me that there's so many resources either at a library or online. You can grab, they're showing me a person opening an engineering book, and not really knowing if that's what they want to do with their lives. Guys, this is the thing. You can buy an engineering book, and that's going to teach you things for not a lot of money. I mean, I'm seeing under $30 or $40, and that's a lot less than spending 10 grand on a year at school. So there's resources out there for you to kind of dive in a little and see what the whole situation is about, instead of walking into something blindly. So especially I'm feeling those of you who chose pile number 2 are a little younger than me. I'm not that old, but I'm just saying you guys are in kind of that start of your college years. And it's really scary. Debt is really scary, guys. But you don't have to saddle that debt onto yourself. You can go and check out what your potential career entails before you go and do that. For the rest of you guys who are in the more esoteric, again, there's so many resources out there. Whenever something new comes up for me, I love going on Amazon Kindle and buying really cheap versions of things. When years ago, when I was first introduced to energy work, I got into books about Reiki. When I was really young, I got into the paper books about numerology and tarot when I was a teenager. And it was one of those things that I just brought these into my awareness so that I can gain knowledge about it. I always took the knowledge with a grain of salt, because my guides, I have a specific destiny and a specific reason why I'm on YouTube and what I'm doing in the world. So I take what resonates with me and I leave the rest. If something doesn't feel good to me or for the people I speak for or speak to, I use my discernment to take what resonates and not what doesn't. So yeah, guys, definitely I'm seeing very complicated situations, but there are ways that we can balance and bring love in for ourselves. and we can start, you know, our journey of knowledge and self-discovery. So, yeah, for those of you who are going to the more school route, you guys are going to be super successful. One of my greatest gifts is I can see the highest potential in anybody. So you guys are going to be super successful. They're showing me visions of you being successful, and the same with those of you who are going into the more spiritual realms. You're going to unlock a lot of levels to yourself and for other people around you. So you're, especially like even just by inertia, your light is going to help you with these complicated relationships with yourself and with other people. And just by inertia, your light is going to bring other people into theirs. So beautiful messages for pile number 2, guys. Yeah. I never know what's going to come in, and it's always fantastic to hear it, to see it, to, especially the visions that I get for you guys. They're just absolutely beautiful. All right, guys, let's do number 3. So number 3, we have family. We have sacred space. I love how a lot of these cards are the same colors. We have cycles. We just had a full moon, so I was waiting for the full moon information to come in. We have full moon in Gemini. And I think we just had a new moon in Gemini. I could be wrong. And then we have trust. Let me read the cards quick and then we'll get into the messages. So family, we have loving your friends and family is central to your life purpose. For sacred space, I love that this is a number 7 card. 7 is very divine, very spiritual centered to me. I find peace, security, and contentment when surrounded by nature's beauty. Full moon in Gemini is the answers you need are coming. We have cycles. And we have trust. Leap into the unknown, have faith and move forward, believe you will fly. Okay, guys. So, I put cards together that go together because that's just how the energies are. Okay, so guys, this loving your friends and family is central to your life purpose. This is divine telling you that your friends and family are here to support you. They are here to encourage you and to guide you. They're saying especially ancestors. Those of you who chose pile number 3, you have some ancestors coming in to help you with this life purpose. But for others of you, your children and your inner child are going to help you with this life purpose of yours. And again, life purposes are specific to you guys, but they're showing me a lot of people working with children, working with with other people's inner child, as well as working with I've been a caregiver for 17 years, so I'm seeing a few people like at a senior center kind of working or volunteering with the elderly, which is why ancestors are coming in as well. They're very closely related to kind of that elderly crone, older wisdom. And working with children, of course, bringing children and bringing your inner child in. A lot of people who are very close with children in their families or close with their inner child, excuse me, guys, close with their inner child will go into work with children. They're saying that this sacred space, I find peace, security, and contentment when surrounded by nature's beauty. They're saying that there's one or two of you that are going to be like veterinarians to help young animals specifically. So 1 or 2 of you are going to help like birth animals. But the sacred space is for the rest of you is that you need to find the sacred space for yourself. So any like part of nature can be a sacred space. So whether it's your garden or if it's a specific, like I have a specific trail I walk every day, and I have a specific, there's a point in it where like the road kind of goes off like towards the lake. And like I do a sun salutation, and I like give gratitude to the sun and to the water and to the nature spirits, and I take a moment to like send out love and receive love from nature, because I understand that we're all connected, and you know, having that sacred space that I can walk every day and feel re-energized and feel fulfilled is very important in my life, as well as to feel balanced. So they're reminding me of how being a caregiver, I've been through these situations where I've cared for adults, seniors, I've cared for children, I've cared for adults with disabilities, I've cared for adults with mental illnesses, I've cared for just about every demographic, and it takes a lot out of you. So they're reminding me of how drained I used to be when I didn't go into my sacred space and I didn't go into nature. So guys, these are extremely, like, they're saying that they almost should be overlapping, because that's how closely related they are. You will be giving to others in this way is extremely draining just naturally. It's not because you don't want to give this way. It's not because this is a burden to you. It's just working with other people's energies day in and day out. Speaking from example, or speaking from like the knowledge of doing that day in, day out is exhausting. So you need to find that sacred space within you and go to it whenever you need that rest and relaxation. This also goes along with trust. I feel like this leap into the unknown, have faith and move forward, believe you will fly. I feel like this unknown is not really unknown to you guys. I feel like that a lot of you are leaping into a higher form of this care for people. So whether it's a supervisor or owning your own daycare or running the senior center or opening your own, like there's day program types of situations. I don't know if it's here in the States where like people go to kind of get out of the house and do programs, and some younger people with disabilities do work and can get a paycheck for it. Like some of you will open those for elderly people, as well as other people who, you know, can go and do it. It's an all-inclusive thing. When we care for people, we care for everybody. I completely understand that. So, but the main thing is I feel like you guys know what this unknown is. So you're just having a lot of fear of getting there. And if you haven't noticed, guys, those of you who picked pile number 3, this has a lot of reds, oranges, and yellows in it. Red is our sacral chakra, red is our root chakra, orange is our sacral chakra, and yellow is our solar plexus chakra. So balance those, work with healing those, because that is where your fear is sitting. So definitely get out of that fear space, because here's the thing, guys, you are going to be extremely successful. And I'm not saying you're going to be successful on day one. Sometimes it takes a little while to get there, but you guys are going to be hugely successful because of this love and light that you share out into the world. So that's where the cycles come in, guys. This card, being cycles, is about divine timing. They're saying that everything has its place in time. So it's time for you to get balanced and to get going on what you want to do in life and how you want to kind of show up for people. So it's kind of that grand plan, they're saying. Have that grand plan, no matter how silly and how big it seems, and see what practical steps you can do to take that. So when this divine timing comes in, guys, you are ready with an action plan, even if it's just an outline. You don't have to get down into the nitty-gritty today, because here's the thing, the answers that you need are coming. So I really feel like for some of you this is more research, but I'd say for about 60% of you, somebody else is going to come in and help you with this, which is why this divine timing is so important. So kind of get your outline down. Dream big is what they're saying. You can never dream too big. And they're saying that it's always easier to dream big and scale back than it is to dream small and to wish that you had done more. So dream big is what Spirit is saying. Dream they're saying if you need guidance with that, if it's hard for you to get into that creativity, either your ancestors or your inner child are going to help you with that, and maybe for some of you both. So go out into nature, find your sacred space, dream big, have that outline ready, go into your inner child and just ask them, hey, what do you think about this? What do you want? What do you think I should do? And or your ancestors. And then wait for that divine timing to come. They're talking about it's not going to be that long. So they're saying roughly like 3 to 6 months. So guys, get that outline ready. Even if it just sits in a notebook for a few months, because 3 to 6 months, you're going to have somebody coming in with those answers that you need for it. This was a beautiful, beautiful, reading, guys. If you want more, please find me on Patreon. Thank you for allowing me to do this, and yeah, beautiful messages here from spirits. I wish you guys well here in the summer solstice, and I will be back again next week with more. Bye guys, have fun, we'll see you later.